Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Thomas. Today we're back here with Death Battle, and today's Death Battle is a Marvel vs. DC fight between Black Panther and the Batman. So yeah, Bruce Wayne versus T'Challa. And Chad Bronswick, rest in peace, buddy. Anyway, let's see which one of these win. Will it be the King of Wakanda or the Nightly Protector of Gotham? Shall we go find out? Be sure to like, subscribe for more. I hope you enjoy. Here we go. Here we go.
Predators. These fearsome beasts strike fear into the hearts of many.
Well, sometimes they strike an awe, but yeah, mostly fear.
And these two superheroes embody the fear of specific predators to an extreme.
Batman, the genius crime fighter from DC Comics.
And Black Panther, Marvel's royal warrior scientist.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And
Isn't
it's our
the
job to
scientist
analyze their
the,
weapons, armor,
sister
and
or
skills to
something?
find out who would win a death battle.
Death Battle. First up.
Before he was the Black Panther, before he was a
T'Challa.
king, T'Challa was born the Prince of Wakanda.
Waka, where now?
No,
Wakanda is an isolated fictional nation hidden somewhere in Africa. But while Wakanda itself is shrouded in secrecy, T'Challa was anything but isolated.
He's been pretty much everywhere, but especially anywhere with a good university.
After earning numerous degrees from Harvard, Oxford, Berkeley, and
Yeah, look
MIT,
at that. 90
T'Challa
trillion
came
bucks.
home. His father, Wakanda's king and then current Black Panther, had been assassinated, and a new ruler needed to
Depending on
be
the-
named.
But to claim the throne, he'd have to claw his way through the rite of passage.
This would be a test of fortitude, designed to stress T'Challa's bravery, fearlessness, and combat prowess.
Also known as beating the crap out of 6 super deadly fighters. But hey, T'Challa wasn't just a nerdy brainiac, he could fight too, and he passed with flying colors.
Earning the throne
Again,
and the
thanks to
blessings
that.
of Wakanda's guardian deity, Bast, the Panther God.
But he had to nab some superpowers first, so he went through the ritual of the heart-shaped herb.
This herb connected T'Challa to the Panther God, and that link bestowed him numerous superhuman abilities.
Who knew getting high could turn you into a superhero?
Not that
T'Challa's
high.
new powers included superhuman speed, strength, healing, and agility. His senses also dramatically increased in acuity. Not only can he see in the dark, but his superior vision can even make out infrared and ultraviolet light.
So
And-
like the powers of a cat?
Yes and no.
No.
While cats do have exceptional eyesight, they cannot see infrared or UV light, though it is a common misconception that they can.
Well, just like a
I wonder how they're able to do that, though. I was curious. Like, it's gotta be like a myth for a reason, right? But you gotta admit, I'm kind of glad it's not like you have to keep like drinking it every few years. But here it seems kind of permanent, you know? You were kind of, because, well, you know, we don't really see him needing to, you know, have another shot of it, I guess. At least that's how I describe it, but works what works, right? Anyway.
cat, he can always land on his feet thanks to his other super senses.
Specifically, his vastly improved kinesthetic sense.
Which is,
Kinesthetic
definitely a sense for something.
Kinesthetic senses make up a person's awareness of their own movement, like muscle memory, but in a broader scope.
Oh, like how we can walk up steps without looking at them.
Yes.
Or when I shoot my shotgun with my eyes closed.
No.
Please don't.
So Black Panther's super sense lets him move and act without having to think about it too much. He can jump
I
across
see.
tree branches and ledges without even looking. Hey Wiz, how do I become king of Wakanda? Those powers sound cool as hell.
I don't know, Boomstick.
Good
Everyone
luck,
knows you're
though.
terrible at keeping secrets, and Wakanda houses one of the biggest secrets in comic
Oh
book
yeah,
history.
the Viltrumite.
Talking about how Black Panther
vibranium
married
mines.
Storm from the X-Men?
I'm talking about Wakanda's enormous reserves of vibranium.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff Captain America's indestructible shield is made of.
Well,
That's right.
nearly
10,000 years
indestructible.
ago, a large meteorite of vibranium crashed in Wakanda.
And they hoarded it all to themselves. And I don't blame them.
Vibranium is an extremely durable metal which can absorb audio and kinetic energy. A single gram sells for $10,000 US, and Wakanda's vibranium mound is estimated to be 10,000 tons. That's over $9 billion.
They're rich, super rich. With all that wealth,
Pretty
Wakanda
much.
became a techno marvel decades ahead of the rest of the world. They were exploring outer space years before the US and Russia even tried.
So why is this important? Well, as King of Wakanda, T'Challa has unlimited access to all of his country's resources.
That suit of his doesn't just look cool, it's made of vibranium.
The Panther habit is coated in a vibranium microwave mesh. This doesn't just
basically
block incoming
weaved
attacks,
out, like-
it can literally rob them of their momentum. For example, bullets don't bounce off, they stop dead and fall straight down. Their kinetic energy absorbed into the suit.
Even the shells from a helicopter-mounted minigun can't even phase him.
He carries
Nothing.
energy daggers, a shield of hardened light, a teleportation device, and claws.
Which are made of a special Antarctic version of vibranium called antimetal. Guess why it's called that? Because
Antarctic
it can melt
vibranium.
other metals. What can
Mostly
this
just
suit
stopping
do?
their bonds.
Well, the vibranium weave does have a limit to how much energy it can absorb all at once. If
And
it
the
takes in too much, it could wind up expelling said energy in a, well,
Well,
destructive fashion.
Oh, God! But don't worry, he's fine somehow.
Under T'Challa's
Well, to be fair, it's
leadership,
not
Wakanda
in,
has
more
warded
outwards.
off many would-be invaders. Even with Dr. Doom, Namor, and Ulysses Claw charging in, Wakanda was never truly conquered.
They even stopped an
Well, it
alien
depends.
invasion, and hey, nobody's ever ready for one of those.
In addition, T'Challa has studied every major martial art, of which there are about 160. He's considered one of the finest hand-to-hand fighters in the world.
He's beat the shit out of Captain America, Iron Man, and Daredevil. Hell, he once knocked out Karnak, who's also one of the world's finest martial artists, with just one hit.
He
Hi,
is
Karnak.
incredibly strong and can jump well over 30
Woohoo.
feet.
He can even throw spears through stone walls.
Typically, for construction like this, a substantially hard stone would be used, such as granite. With this in mind, T'Challa must have thrown the spear hard enough to hit the wall
Right.
with a force of over 20,000 pounds per square inch.
Yeah, and the guy is literally strong enough to punch your jaw off.
He can outrun traffic and is said to be
He's
faster than a
outsmarted
Panther,
Iron Man.
which can run around 50 miles
So,
per hour.
like,
He's
and a
quick enough to
crossbow.
pull a fast one on
Cool.
Wolverine.
Whoa, hold on. Did he
Wait,
just take
shadow
out 5
physics?
X-Men by throwing another X-Man at him?
Yes,
What are
yes,
shadow
he did.
physics?
However, under that amazing suit, he is still human. Even with the Panther God's power, he's still prone to failure. This has even caused him to relinquish those powers in the past.
sure, yep.
And like with kinetic energy, the suit can only take so many intensely focused sound blasts before overloading.
Still, the Black Panther is badass. He's got the tech, the skills, and the country to prove it.
Claw, do you have any children?
No.
Good, because I would have to kill them too.
Wasn't that its father in that one? Or at least that's what I remember, but well, there's T'Challa, the king of the Wakanda tribe. He's got a lot of energy absorption, so let's see if the Batman can, counter it. Let's find out.
Throughout the underworld of Gotham City, one name strikes fear into the hearts of even the most hardened of criminals.
The goddamn Batman! You know who he is, the billionaire Bruce Wayne, and it ain't his first battle to the death.
Pretty much, though don't mistake his
Here's
intentions.
his third, I think.
Vengeance may sound dramatic and all, but in truth, Batman fights crime in an attempt to save others from suffering the same kind of tragedy he experienced as a child.
How noble. And ironic, considering he was taught to be a badass by a group called the League of Assassins.
Well, he
12
dresses
degrees
like a
is a
bat,
master
sleeps with a
technician.
cat burglar, and constantly
place.
brings children into battle, so he's clearly got a few complicated issues.
But
think
let's
he
see
ever
what he
went
can
to,
really
like,
do.
therapy. Hard to
Bats
tell.
is really, really smart and considered one of the best tacticians on Earth. No wonder he's always welcome at the Justice League, even though he doesn't have any superpowers at all.
Wait, you're not just some guy in a bat costume, are you?
Sure, he's intelligent, but he's also incredibly deadly.
He was trained to be a ninja who's a master of infiltration and silent takedown, so sounds about right.
Bruce has studied every martial art known to man. After perfecting full body control at the age of 18, he was able to quickly learn and master at least 127 of them, including Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Judo, and boxing.
It's not every day you can find someone who can literally take you down in 127 different ways.
He's also
much.
touted as the world's greatest detective, and with good reason.
He's like Sherlock Holmes on steroids. He once figured out that an opponent didn't have a tongue just by the way their jaw bounced off his knuckles. There's being a detective, and then there's being Batman.
And all that's before his handy-dandy utility belt, filled to the brim with all sorts of useful gadgets and gizmos.
A lot of which are thanks to his family business, Wayne
Wayne
Enterprises.
Enterprises.
From steel mills to airlines to record labels, this company does it all.
Mining,
and
medical,
that means
you name it,
Batman
they got
has
it.
it all too.
According to Forbes, Wayne's net worth thanks to his company adds up to 9.2 billion US dollars.
With that much cash, he can afford any kind of weapon he wants. Grappling
Yep,
hooks, smoke
no
pellets,
problem.
cryo and thermite grenades, and of course, the Batarang.
Batarangs.
Originally designed as a boomerang weapon, Wayne eventually molded his batarangs into custom shurikens, some of which are outfitted with electric shocks, flash bulbs, and explosives.
And last but not least, don't
The
forget
bat
his
suit.
bat suit. It can resist fire, electricity, and bladed attacks, and is almost totally bulletproof thanks to a Kevlar vest sewn into it.
Plus, his cowl sports night infrared and UV vision.
But Bats is more than just a tech wizard. This guy bench presses 1,000 pounds in his everyday workout. 1,000 pounds! And I thought this guy didn't have any superpowers.
He doesn't. The current bench press world record is actually slightly higher at 1,075 pounds, solidly placing Wayne at peak human levels. This idea generally applies to
Which actually makes a lot of sense. He definitely doesn't want to make sure that no one goes through that, but yikes, he's got a lot of willpower, so would it be just kicking your ass, figuring out your secrets, or just, well, slipping it, because, well, he's himself defeats, stole the ring right off his finger. Like I said, he's smart. Smart, strong, and probably kick your ass 6 ways to Sunday. He's gonna beat y'all. Anyway, moving on.
him in pretty much every area, physically and mentally. He's strong enough to break through walls, rip apart car parts, and pull out prison bars. He's quick enough to avoid gunfire and even Darkseid's nearly unavoidable Omega beams. In his strongest suits, he's even tough enough to take a hit from Superman.
Yeah, if Brucey ever
Yes,
enters the
yes.
Olympics, everyone else might as well rage quit. Same difference, really.
That's not to say he's invincible.
True, whenever the Justice League gets in a fight with some big bads, he usually has to keep his distance.
He's also somewhat mentally unstable and prone to lashing out. However, he knows
Again,
this.
lack
It's
of
one of the
therapy.
main reasons why he refuses to carry firearms.
That's a bummer. Those are my favorite types of arms. Maybe they'll help him next time Bane tries to break his back.
But of all his
Again, it's
traits,
mostly
Bruce
just to
Wayne's
stop him from
strongest
killing
attribute
people.
is his sheer unstoppable tenacity. Even after being drugged by the Joker after days without sleep, put in a straitjacket, locked in a coffin, and buried alive 6 feet underground, he refused to die.
It takes a lot to take down
Yep.
the Batman.
What the hell are you?
Hello.
I'm Batman.
Oh, you gotta love it.
All right, the combatants,
Combatants are set.
Let's end this debate once and for all.
But first, all this talk of animals has made me think about eating some with Blue Apron.
And I'm gonna go ahead and skip that part, because, well, you know, spots. What are you gonna do? This actually might be a tough call, but I think with Panther, he's definitely got more of a defensive capabilities. Batman, not so much. I think it's more like just analyze the opponent before you don't take him out. Panther would be able to do it on the first go. Think of it like the Godzilla Gamera battle, you know? Honestly, I think Panther might be able to win this, so shall we find out? Be sure to like, subscribe for more. Hope you enjoy. Let's check it out. Go. There's Batman. Okay. Let's say must have agreed to a showdown.
To challenge a king is to face the might of his people.
I'll give them something to fear.
Begin. What? Come on. Christ, those claws aren't drawing blood already, but okay. Can't tell what's Okay, they're both standing low. Oh. Nice try. Oh, there's the one. Ow.
Caught you!
Incoming. Jeez. You're feeling like, hey, hold on a minute, huh? Oh. Hold on. That night. That works. Back to you. Okay, coming in. Nice try.
Witness
Rhino!
the power of a king.
Whoa! Jeez, poor Rhino.
Prepare yourself.
I'm prepared for anything.
Sure. Are those piranhas or what's going on?
Playtime is over.
Uh-oh.
Amateur.
Okay.
Try again. Did you think you were safe?
Uh-oh.
The strong shall hunt the weak. That is the law of nature.
Oh! Looks like Batman could not counter vibranium. Oh, let's kill the whale.
And
Yeesh.
my rule is law.
Damn. Bye, Batman. KO, indeed.
Whoa, that's a new one.
Black Panther and Batman were
Death
pretty
by
evenly
killer whale.
matched. Both were super geniuses and expert combatants.
Well, BP was stronger and faster thanks to that superhuman herb. It definitely helped, but alone was not enough to beat the Bat. Batman has won dozens of duels against people with similar or even better abilities.
As far as
Superman,
skills
but
were
again,
concerned, neither held a distinct advantage.
He was more
However,
the armory
that
in
was
this
not
case.
the case when it came to their weapons and armor.
Long story short, that vibranium got Batman stumped. He just didn't have anything in that belt of his that could get around it.
We scoured the comics, movies, TV shows, and more to see if Batman had any possible way of countering the vibranium. While he's used hundreds of clever gadgets over the years, we were actually very surprised to find that he had no reliable method of getting around armor like that.
Take a look at Batman's fights with Bane. He doesn't have armor, but he's physically superior to Bats, just like Black Panther is. And what does Batty always do to beat him? Aim for the weak spot. But guess what? Black Panther doesn't have a weak spot.
It's certainly believable that Wayne had the ability to develop a gun that could overload the Panther habit. But even if he could, he never would wield it in the first place thanks to his rejection of all firearms.
And while his suit can stop a few knives and bullets, it didn't stand a chance against Black Panther's anti-metal claws. In the end, Bruce just waned in comparison to T'Challa.
The winner is Black Panther.
And that's a win for Marvel. Which, you gotta admit, pretty spot on when you think of it like that, you know? Honestly, I say it honestly makes sense. So, what do you guys think? Do you think Batman would have figured out a way past the vibranium? Let me know. Till next time, adios.